Assalamu alaikum, welcome to 9B English News Edition Dahlands. In response to external shock, the government says stepping up measures to protect purchasing. A signing of a strategic partnership agreement between UNFPA and the National Assembly of Jordan. Unlawful international syndicates told from the powerful HKK in the Philippines is raising to 15 in the SOT. Those with the Lansanakot the national news. The Prime Minister received Russian ambassador on a farewell visit. He said the Prime Minister Abdulkarim Mohammed at his office the ambassador of Russian Federation to the Republic of Djibouti. Mikhail Kolonov on a farewell visit marking the end of his diplomatic mission after nearly 7 years of service in the country. During the meeting, the Russian ambassador expressed his deep gratitude to the Djiboutian authority for the support and cooperation he received throughout his tenure in the Republic of Djibouti. Another the Prime Minister received a UNFP representative for a visit. He said the Prime Minister Abdulkarim Mohammed received Mr. Aisha Ibrahim Jamah, the United Nations Population Fund representative in Djibouti at his office today for a farewell visit. The meeting provided an opportunity to commend Mr. Jamah's distinguished career, during which her significant commitment has strengthened the presence and role of the UNFPA in Djibouti. Supported the implementation of public policy related to the women's empowerment, reproductive health, community-based social protection, and combating gender-based violence. The Prime Minister praised her personal and institutional contribution to improving the status of women in Jewish society, emphasizing that the UNFPA's activities have contributed to remarkable progress in various area, including strengthening community-based mechanism, empowering women, supporting the emergence of local leaders, and reinforcing national framework aimed at promoting gender equality. A strategic partnership agreement signed between the National Assembly and the United Nations Population Fund in Djibouti under the chairmanship of the Speaker of the National Assembly, Mr. Delita Mohammed Delita. As a strategic partnership agreement was signed today between the National Assembly and the United Nations Population Fund, represented by Mr. Aisha Ibrahim Joma, to strengthen the institutional cooperation between the two parties in the area of population and development. This agreement aims to consolidate cooperation on population and also developing development issues, promote human rights, encourage the principle of gender equality, employment women and youth, and also support and developing the parliamentary work as well as its capacity in related files. Anno his section Mr. Delita Mohammed Delita, Speaker of the National Assembly, received Mr. Patrick Jalapert, a regional representative of the United Nations Industrial Development Organization UNIDO, in a courteous meeting. This meeting provided an opportunity to exchange views on an area of cooperation between UNIDO and the Republic of Djibouti, particularly concerning the development of the fisheries sector, the promotion of investment and support for job creation of economic development. Shared by the Minister of Economy and Finance in charge of Industry, Mr. Ilyas Moussa Dawali, the Working Group of Energy Supplies Reform met today, Monday, June 8, 2026 in Djibouti, a representative from relevant ministry and key stakeholders in the national economy participated.
necessary to maintain the state's budgetary balance while protecting the purchasing power of the population. The member of the task force conduct an in-depth analysis of the current economic situation and approve several guidelines aimed at strengthening the effectiveness of public support mechanism, but also improving the targeting of state interventions in ensuring more efficient management of the public resources. The Minister of Economic and Finance, Ilyas Musa Dawali, in his capacity as chairman of the task force, reaffirmed the government's commitment to taking all necessary measures to preserve the purchasing power of Djiboutians and the country's economic and social stability in a regional context marked by significant uncertainties. The task with economic operations will begin this week to strengthen supply chains and ensure the continuity of economic activities. The government wishes to assure that the situation regarding these external shocks is being continuously monitored and that all necessary measures are being taken to protect the interests of citizens and support economic activities, but also maintain the country's stability. To fully inform the public and answer citizens' questions, the Minister of Economic and Finance in charge of Industry, Ilyas Musa Dawali, will hold a press conference tomorrow, Tuesday, June 9, during which he will present an assessment of the situation. The government is choosing course of action and the major plan to address the current challenges. The task force will continue its work to closely monitor development and propose any necessary adjustments.
For his speech, the Minister of Energy explained that this decision has created a kind of a pull factor.
Cette décision a fait un appel d'air.
According to the Minister of Energy, Mr. Jama, the task force meeting on energy subsidy reform came at a time of significant international pressure marked by major fluctuations in global energy markets. The minister stated that his department is working in close coordination with other state institutions to ensure the continuity of the country's energy supply. He also emphasized ongoing effort to improve the efficiency of the subsidy system with a particular focus on better targeting assistance toward the most vulnerable households. The Minister of Energy reassured the priority remains ensuring stable and reliable access to energy for all citizens.
Then, for his part, the Minister of Economy affirmed that initially phase the state was committed to appearing the consequence of his crisis and mitigating its effects.
Le président de la République pendant
For his part, the Minister of Economy and Finance in charge of Industry, Ilyas Musa Dawali, indicated that the current economic situation remains marked by strong international uncertainty. He explained that the task force's work has identified several strategy directions, including improving the efficiency of public spending and optimizing state support mechanisms. The minister also drew attention to tension in the supply of certain essential goods, noting that strengthened dialogue will be purchasing power and maintain the country's economic and social stability while ensuring continuous monitoring of the situation.
As part of his tour, the institution under the ministry, the Minister of Communication and Post Telecommunication, Mr. Mohammed Abdelkader Musa Hilim, visited the National Printing House this morning. Upon his arrival, the minister was warmly received by the director of the National Printing House, Mr. Alida Moti, accompanied by the senior staff and printing house employees. The visit reflected the ministry's commitment commitment to understanding the operation of the various services under his ministry, engaging with the managers and staff, and identify the challenges, opportunity for development facing this sector. During his visit, Mr. Mohammed Abdul Kader Musa Hilim toured the various facilities of the National Printing House, observing the institution technical capability and the effort of its team to fulfill their duties in serving the administration and the public. Then the minister commended the state's education and professional competence, emphasizing the government's commitment to supporting effort to modernize and develop the national printing house capability to meet the growing needs of the country's development. This meeting also provided an opportunity for the institution's leaders to present their achievements and also ongoing projects, as well as to identify their needs for improving performance. As part of his inspection tour of institution under this ministry, the Minister of Communication, Post and Telecommunication, Mr. Mohammed Abdikar Mahmousa Helim, visited the Djibouti Post Office this morning. Obviously, the minister was received by the Director General of the Djibouti Post Office, Mr. Behnan Ali Medel, along with a number of official employees and staff. This meeting visit reflected the ministry's commitment to closely monitoring the operation of a postal service, engaging directly with the institution's officials and staff, identify the most significant challenges facing the sector, and exploring opportunities for development and modernization. During the visit, Mr. Mohammed Abdikar Moussa Hilim toured the various facilities of the Djibouti Post Office, observing the effort made by the staff to ensure the continuity and quality of postal service and their availability to citizens throughout the country. The minister commended the Djibouti of Post Office staff for their commitment, professional competence, and dedication to their duties and service to the community. He also affirmed the government's commitment to supporting initiatives aimed at the modernizing, and enhance the events of postal service to meet citizens' aspiration and demands of digital transformation. Also, as part of the her tour, institution affirmed with the Ministry of Youth and Culture, the newly appointed Minister of Youth and Culture, Mr. Ferdousa Musa Ige, visited the National Agency for the Promotion of Culture and National Library and the National Archives. Upon her arrival, the minister was received by the director of the National Agency for the Promotion of Culture, Mr. Mohamed Hussein Dali, along with several of his assistants and agency staff. They welcomed her and presented an overview of the agency mission and various activities. The minister then held a meeting with the agency management and staff to discuss the progress of work and the challenges facing the institution, particularly given its responsibility for managing both the National Library and the National Archives. During the meeting, Mr. Ferdousa Musa Ige emphasized the strategic role of the National Archives in preserving the documentary and historical heritage of the Republic of Djibouti. She then stressed that the National Archives is not merely a collection of administrative documents, but rather a living national memory that reflected the national history and development. Then, as part of her tour, the station will be here with the Ministry of Youth and Culture, the newly appointed Minister of Youth and Culture, Mr. Ferdousa Musa Ijoy, and Musa Ige pay an official visit to the Selling Theatre. Upon her arrival at the Selling Theatre, the Minister was received by the head of the department, Mr. Abdul Karim Goulet, along with his administrative and technical staff. The meeting was held in a friendly atmosphere, punctuality by a constructive discussion that reflected a shared commitment to strengthen the national cultural landscape. During this visit, the minister received a detailed presentation on the artistic activities hosted by the Selling Theatre, current practice, and the main challenges facing those working in the sector. She also dedicated the time to a direct interaction with the artistic and technical team, praising their commitment to supporting theatre and also artistic creativity. The minister continued her tour with a visit to the film department, where she was warmly welcomed by the management and staff. And this visit provided an opportunity to learn upon and current film project to also a perspective for development sector and see needs in terms of training, equipment, and finding. Her Excellency the Minister of Youth and Culture, Mr. Ferdousa Musa Ege, and Her Excellency the Minister of State for Sport, Mr. Fatima Ali Abdullah, paid an official visit yesterday to the Doda Football Academy for Excellency, one of the country's leading sport training centers, specializing in its discovering, training, and developing young football talent. Upon their arrival, the two officials were received by the President of the Djibouti Football Federation and FIFA Council member, Mr. Suleiman Hassan Wapiri, along with the members of the Federation power of the Director, Academy Administrative and Technical Staff, and also young people residing at the center. This visit provided the two officials with the opportunity to view the various facilities and infrastructure dedicated to the young athletes. The tour included classrooms, recreational area, the gymnasium, dormitories, the medical clinic, storage facilities, and artificial turf beaches, and also for training and preparing young players. The delegation also reviewed the transportation and various services that ensure the smooth operation of the academy. During the visit, the two officials closely observed the supervision, training, and accommodation conditions enjoyed by the academy's students. They also learned about the central's operational mechanism, daily organization, and also the various programs adapted to support the athletic and academic development of young talent. Speech, the Minister of for speech, sorry, the Minister of Sport, Mr. Fatima Ali Abdallah, affirmed the sport sector's commitment to working closely with the Djibouti Football Federation.
Tout d'abord, je tiens à féliciter le président de la Fédération djiboutienne de football.
In her speech, the Minister of Youth and Culture, Ms. Fardousa Moussaïghi, affirmed that this visit to the Douda Football Excellence Academy clearly reflects the authorities' priority in developing youth through sport. The minister emphasized that this institution represents a true model for training and supporting young talent, combining sport, education, academic follow-up, and personal development. She also stressed the need to further invest in youth who are considered the country's in other sport disciplines in order to provide more opportunities for growth and success for young Djiboutians.
Then now let's listen to the speech of the Ms. Fatima Ali Abdallah.
Madame la ministre de la Jeunesse, chers collègues.
For her part, the Secretary of State for Sport, Ms. Fatouma Ali Abdallah, stated that the visit to Douda Academy is part of the government's strategy to strengthen national sport development. The minister observed on site the effort to provide young athletes with training and development conditions that meet the required standard for their progress. The minister praised the commitment of Djibouti Football Federation and the academy staff in the daily supervision of young talent. The minister reminded that sport is an important tool for social inclusion, education, and national cohesion. Finally, the minister reaffirmed the authorities' commitment to strengthening existing sports structure and supporting the training of young athletes so they can proudly represent the country at regional and international levels.
The decentralized baccalaureate exam began yesterday, Sunday, June 7, 2026, in the Territorial region for the 50th consecutive year. The initiative launched by the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training in 2026 in cooperation with the relevant decentralization bodies aimed to bring the national exam closer to students and inequal team than to take them in their own regions. 1,001 candidates from various educational tracks, procedural and vocational, participated in this section, distributed across exam centers in the region. The general baccalaureate exam were held at Musa Ali High School, while the vocational baccalaureate exam took place at the Tojara Technical High School. Students from Randa and Adulo schools also benefited from this decentralized systems, allowing them to take their exam near their homes. To ensure the best possible condition for candidates and the upholds the principle of equal opportunity, and number of special measures were taken for students who came from a remote area, including providing transportation, accommodation, and meals throughout the exam period. In 26 operation in this regard, official delegation comprising the governor of the Oboh, Mr. Musa Aden Migani, the president of the Oboh the Regional Council Mohammed Ismail, and the Regional Director of Education Mr. Mohammed Ali Mohammed, conducted an inspection visit to the examination centers to the observers the conduct of the exam and ensure that the suitable conditions were in place in their success. In the South region, the Regional Vocational Training Baccalaureate exam began on Sunday, June 7, in Ali Sabi here at the two examination center in Ali Sabi district, Ali Sabi General Secondary School, Ali Sabi Technical Secondary School. The total number of registered candidates this year in district of 700 seats, including 507 seats for the general procurator and 130 for the vocational procurator. Additional 540 students from the penalty year were called upon to take a mock exam distributed between 416 general education students and 80 vocational education students. These students came from various secondary schools in Ali Sabi as well as from the district of Hol Ali Ade. An official delegation headed by the governor of the Ali Sabi region, Mr. Abdul Malik Mohammed Bonita, visited the two examination centers to observe the examination process and also ensure that all necessary conditions were in place for its success. The delegation, including the head of the regional council, Mr. Sharmaki Hassan Ali Alali, the vice president of the baccalaureate committee, Dr. Ibrahim Suleiman, and the regional director of the Kashra, Mr. Mohammed Aden, along with the head of the regional department and security official. The national and vocational baccalaureate exam for the 2026 session began on Sunday, June 7, 2026 in the Arts region. As in the rest of the country, a total of 264 students are sitting for this exam, 157 in Arts country and 99 in the Mercho district. To mark the start of its exam, and high-level delegation conducted an inception tour of various examination centers to ensure the smooth running of the process. The delegation, headed by the regional governor, the president of the Arts Regional Council, and the regional director of the education, including several civilian and military officials, as well as representatives from the regional educational community. And now following the commemorative ceremony held in the at the headquarters of the Chon Obok regime, a similar grand ceremony was organized in the Demura region to mark the 49th anniversary of the founding of the Egyptian Army Force. This important ceremony was graced by the president of the deputy governor of Angkor Enjar, Mr. Ali Ahmed Hamad, and the president of the Obok Youth Association, Mr. Musa Hassan Isame, along with a number of administrative and civilian officials and traditional leaders of the region, as well as representatives of patronage force. They participated in this national occasion alongside Colonel Ilyas Omar Yusuf, commander of the H1 Obok regime.
L'opération de la force armée djiboutienne à vous sortir mon colonel.
Ordre du jour du chef d'état-major général des armées à l'occasion du 40.
On this occasion, the commander of the Army Air Force Battalion in Obo speech on the Chief of General Staff Army Force marking the 49th anniversary of the founding of the Jorubi Army. He began his speech by emphasizing that this national occasion bodies 49 years commitment, sacrifice, and loyalty in service to the nation. It's a long journey, say Colonel, which the Jewish Army has grown alongside the state. On the original scene, the Somali National Petroleum Corporation showcased the equipment used in oil exploration operation as part of the ongoing exploration program along with the Somali coast in which Somali.
The Somali Petroleum Agency presented the equipment intended for oil drilling operation as part of the ongoing exploration program along Somalia's coast, in which Somali engineers are also participating. The Director General of the Petroleum Agency, Engineer Abdul Qadir Aden Mahmoud, accompanied by a team of engineers, conduct an inspection visit to a section of the port of Mogadishu where the equipment and materials for drilling operation are stored. Following this visit, he provided details on the progress of the work, stating that the operations are proceeding according to the established plan. He also expressed his optimism that a good new operation aboard the drilling vessel. They expressed their pride and satisfaction in contributing to this strategic project being carried out in their country.
On of international scene, a powerful earthquake in the Philippines has left at least 15 died and more than 120 injured.
The death toll from the powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake that struck off the coast of Mindanao Island in the southern Philippines on Monday has risen to at least 15, while more than 120 people were injured, according to disaster management officials who were in the region of Mindanao Island, while several additional deaths were reported.
That's it for this edition. Thanks for your attention. Wonderful evening.